Welcome to Naresh IT Technologies. This is Ramachandra. In the last video, we did talk about parameterized method and non-parameterized method. On top of those two concepts, I given one small program. So we'll see a more parameterized method in this video, how to develop parameterized method and how to communicate and how to forward int array type of data. Those type of issues we will see in this video. Now let me take here one notepad. Yes, here I am taking one class, parameterized method demo, PM demo here I written, and here I am taking one method, public static void main string array s. After that, here I am writing one user friendly statement or user understandable statement. What is that? Main method. Yes. Now let me save this one, pmdemo.java. Yes, save as types are what here, all files, and save it. Now let me open command prompt and go to desktop here and Java C. Here our class name is pmdemo.java, file name, and Java pmdemo, a normal and sample core Java program. This is, there is no greatness, but our intention is, what about this video is going to explain to you. This video is only talks about what here, parameterized method. So let me write void m1 method of what type? Boolean type. Void m1 method of what type here? Boolean type parameter. Now here I am writing like system.out.println, system.out.println. Here I am writing like Boolean type m1 method, Boolean type m1 method. And one more method I am taking. What is that? Void m2 string. So here my parameter type is what here? String type here. So here I am writing one user friendly message. What is that? System.out.println string type m2 method, m2 method. Good. Now next one is one more method I am taking. What is that? Void m3 method. So here maybe I can take what here? Primitive variable. Maybe I can take what here? A reference variable. So here array type of data is comes under what here? Reference data type. Now here I am writing like system.out.println. This is what? Int array type m3 method. Then how can we communicating these three methods from our main method? We guys already know that these three are what? M1, M2, M3 are the non-static methods. If you want to access non-static methods from the static context, definitely what we required? Object we required. So here I am creating an object pmd obj pmd demo, obj equal to new pm demo. Now I am writing obj dot m1 method. Yes, m1 method wants, if you want to execute the m1 method logic, definitely we need to forward one value. What type of value? Boolean type of value. Maybe the type Boolean is what here? Either true or false, but don't send both at a time. Now let me check whether data is coming to what here? Variable b or not. Now how can we check this one? System.out.println variable b, and here yes. Now let me copy this statement, Control C, and let me paste in the m2 method as well as let me paste in the variable m3 method. Now here I am converted this variable b into what? S, and here is also what here? S, and here I am taking variable name is a, and this is also what here? A itself. Now observe here obj dot m1 of true, then no method will be executing automatically. So here three methods are there, but how many methods I am calling? Only one m1 method I am calling. So only m1 method will be executing, remaining two methods are not executing. So if you are executing this program, if we executing this program like Java C PM demo.java and Java PM demo, we will get only boolean type M1 method, and whatever the value we are sending from main method to M1 method, that value will be placed into variable B. What is that value? True. Now I want to call M2 method. How to call the M2 method? obj.m2 of Naresh IT. Simply I mention NIT. Then what happen? I am calling M2 method. So M2 method is going to execute. Meanwhile of calling the M2 method, what I am doing here? I am sending NIT value. That NIT value will go and place into where? Variable S. After that, what I am doing here? I am printing the variable S. Now if you observe here, only M1 and M2 methods are going to execute. So M2, in the M2 method S value is what here? NIT. Nice. Now I want to execute M3 method. If you want to execute M3 method, there are two approaches. We can send a referenced array, otherwise we can send anonymous array. So let me start referenced. How to send referenced array? Now here I am taking like int a equal to, so here I am taking some values 11, 33, 44, 22, 33, 44. These values I am sending obj dot m3 of a. So here a is what type? Int array type. So for more clarity, let me write ia, and here you can take same variable names, not a problem. For clarity purpose I am taking two different variable names. Here IA type is what? Int array type. This int array type of data I am sending to M3. So M3 method must and should be having the parameter like what here? Int array type. Here I am sending int array type of data. M3 parameter is also int array type of data. So both are matched. Definitely M3 will be executing. Then what happen? Observe. Now Java C PM demo.java. Now here semicolon missed out. Yes, this is semicolon. Now Java C PM demo.java and later PM demo. Then what happen here? Instead of getting the values, we will get what here? Reference. So instead of printing the reference, what I need to do? We need to print the values. How can I? For loop int I equal to, array starts with always what here? 0, and I less than length. Length is one field. It will talks about length of a or size of a array. Now after that I plus plus, yes. Later what I need to do? Here I am writing like system dot out dot println a of I. Now observe guys, let me compile this program again. Java C PM demo.java as well as Java PM demo. Then what are the values I am sending? 11, 22, 33, 44. I am not sending 11, 22, 33, 44 directly. I am sending IA. IA internally contains what here? All these 4 values. Those 4 values will be placed into here A. That means we can send either primitive variable as well as what? Primitive variable value as well as what here? The referenced variable value also. This is one type of method calling. Now one more way to, without creating arrays externally, we can write like this. What is this? obj dot m3 of anonymous array int new int array. So here I am sending the values like what here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I am sending 5 values. After that closed parenthesis and semicolon. Now for more clarity purpose, I am differentiating previous calling statement to this calling statement. Yes. Now clear the screen. Java C PM demo.java and Java PM demo. Then what happened? Observe guys. How many times I am calling M3 method? 2 times. So 2 times reference variable will be printed, memory printed. After that previously I am calling obj.m3 method by passing only 4 values. Now here I am passing how many values here? 5 values. So these 4 values are the part of referenced array, and last 5 values is comes under what here? Anonymous array. An array which doesn't having any name, that is comes under what here? Anonymous array. So here there are different values we can send to method parameter. So this is one small example related to what here method parameter. Now for example, I have one class like a demo. I have one class like a demo. In the demo class, I have some variable like int a equal to 111 and int b equal to 222. So this is non-static. These two are non-static data. So if you want to communicating with the non-static data, what we required? Object we required demo d equal to new demo. So whenever we writing like a demo d equal to new demo, JVM will provide some memory. In that memory, a value 111 and b value what here 222 will be available. Now I want to send both a value 111 and b value 222 one method. How can I observe here? Here I am taking one method. What is that method? M4 method. Now I want to hold. Previously I am holding what here? Boolean value and string value and multiple integer values. Now I want to hold one memory type of data. How? With the help of, see guys, here I am sending like obj.m4 of d, obj.m4 of d. Here obj.m1 of true is what here boolean type, so parameter is what here boolean. Here obj.m2 of nit, here parameter type is what here string, so double. Here obj.m3 of ia, nothing but integer array type, matched. Now here obj.m4 of d is what type? Demo type. So definitely here parameter type is must and should be demo. Now observe guys, here I am writing like system.out.println, which method? Demo type M4 method, demo type M4 method. Now really those values are coming to obj or not? How can I find it? By printing the data. So system.out.println obj.a and after that obj.b, obj.a as well as after that obj.b. Now let me compile javac pmdemo.java as well as java pmdemo. Then observe guys, we will get what? 111 and 222 output. That means either we can send primitive data, either we can send what here reference data, nothing but we can send what here memory also. Like this we have a different type parameterized method. So this program is only suitable for what here parameterized method. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more videos please subscribe Naresh IT channel. Thank you.